Stallions resigning, also not cooperating in any sort of investigation, is enough for me to draw a conclusion that Michigan cheated, they stole the signs, and they used them to gain an advantage, and that to me is grounds enough to officially ban Michigan from the college football playoff. It's enough for me to take action. If I'm the Big Ten, if I'm the NCAA, that is enough for me. So you know what? Something nefarious happened here. And we got to act fast here because the playoff is 1 month away. That to me is enough evidence. Right now, it looks to be on the Big Ten. That looks to be the governing body that's going to have to take action on Michigan. It's not going to be the NCAA because they're not going to be able to, at least what reports are, get their investigation finished in time. And the Big Ten, up to this point, has been hesitant in issuing punishment for Michigan because they want to work with facts, not speculation. Well, aren't the facts I just told you? Fact. Connor Stalions resigned. Fact. He has not cooperated in any sort of investigation. Aren't those two facts enough for you, if you're the Big Ten, to draw the conclusion cheating happened? Like, there's no more gray area for me. We talked a lot on last week's show about Michigan's future if they were found guilty of cheating. Even with the overwhelming evidence, video evidence that we have seen now come to light as well, we've seen Venmo transaction, we've seen surveillance video, or not we have seen, but their teams are alleging that they have surveillance video in their stadiums of people working for Connor Stalions filming signals from the CT bot. With all the speculation that was out there, this resignation and failure to cooperate, to me, throws the gray area and speculation out the window. Like, that's enough facts right there to conclude Michigan cheated and they should be punished. And I'm curious your thoughts here at 855-212-4227 or on Twitter at Ryan_Hickey and the number 3. Does this change anything for you? Now that you see the resignation, now that you start to see now heads rolling, if you will, because of this scandal, does that change how you view the Michigan cheating scandal? And if you did not think it was a big deal before, has your opinion changed? 855-212-4227. Because for me, again, I just think right now with the way the evidence looks, cheating happened. I don't know how you could sit there and say it didn't. Again, from what we know, Connor Stalions is a diehard Michigan fan. He's obviously on the staff, and because this Michigan manifesto that we found out he wrote, his goals and his dreams were to be the next Michigan head coach. That was his dream. That was his goal. This is a guy who bleeds maize and blue. I don't think he's resigning from the Michigan football staff and basically giving up his dream to coach Michigan if he was innocent. If he knew what he did was not breaking the rules, was not illegal, was not scandalous. I don't think you just give up your dream just like that off of baseless accusations that aren't true. I also don't think you fail to cooperate in an NCAA investigation if, one, you knew what you did was cheating, and two, also if you knew that any words you said were going to implicate Jim Harbaugh and the rest of the coaching staff. That's why I think he's not cooperating. He didn't hand over his computer. He's not talking to investigators. Why? Because he knows if he talks, Jim Harbaugh, offense coordinator, defense coordinator, probably every coach on the Michigan staff is screwed. That's why you don't cooperate. Because he has information, and his credit, very loyal. Very loyal. He is going down with the ship, and he's not going to take anyone with him. I respect that. I really do. But I think those actions also allow you to come to the conclusion that Michigan did cheat. Otherwise, again, I don't think we're sitting here and seeing these actions come to light. I don't think he's resigning if what he did or what he's being accused of doing didn't happen. And I don't think Michigan is allowing him to resign and or sitting by idly if none of this happened. Like if you got in trouble at work, and let's just say a rival company of yours is accusing you of doctoring sales to make your company look better and more profitable than they really are, and you didn't do it, are you resigning? Are you resigning from your position? If a rival company says, hey, look, we know you're forging sales and you're not as profitable as you say, are you resigning if those claims are false? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think you're giving up your job based on false accusations. And I'd like to think your employer would also back you up and say, whoa, don't worry, we got your back. We know these aren't true. We can prove it. Don't worry, we got you. Up to this point, Michigan's been very quiet. Allowed Connor Stalions to resign. The only thing they corrected was it was first reported he was fired. Then they came out and said, oh, no, he resigned. That's really all we've heard. And I think if you're innocent of these charges with how much attention there's been on them, I don't think you're sitting there quietly. That's why for me, this news, I think now takes the if out of Michigan cheating. The Stallions' resignation, along with him not cooperating with investigators, is enough evidence for me to say they cheated, in my opinion. And they should be banned from the college football playoff, in my opinion. And you look at the statement Stallions issued as well. For me, the statement screams guilt. I want to read just a very small sliver here. This was put out by Connor Stalions' defense attorney. It said, quote, Connor also wants to make it clear that, to his knowledge, neither Coach Harbaugh nor any other coach or staff member told anyone to break any rules or were aware of improper conduct regarding the recent allegations of advanced scouting. Is there no bigger cop-out than to his knowledge? It's funny, when people have to remember things, all of a sudden, I can't recall. To the best of my knowledge, I don't remember. I don't know. That to me, that first sentence, Connor also wants to make it clear that to his knowledge, neither Coach Harbaugh nor any coach or staff member told anyone to break any rules. That to me is as close to towing the line between not lying, but also not selling anyone out as much as you can. That's how close, you can't get any closer than not technically telling a lie, to the best of my knowledge, while also not trying to sell anyone down the river. And there are videos already on social media that refute that exact claim. There are numerous videos and photos of Connor Stalions next to Jim Harbaugh, next to the offensive coordinator, next to the defensive coordinator of Michigan during games. If they didn't have any knowledge of this conduct, of these sign stealing, of how the signs were obtained, why is Stallions, whose title and job was in the recruiting office, why is he standing next to the head coach during the game? Why is he in the hip pocket of the defensive coordinator when the opposing offense is on the field? Again, recruiting staffer. Last time I checked, you're not recruiting on a game day. You're coaching. Right? You're focused on the game. He doesn't have to be on the sideline, let alone next to Jim Harbaugh, or again, the defensive coordinator when they're on defense, or the offense coordinator when Michigan's on offense, if he didn't bring something to the table that wasn't just recruiting. And so you look at what he's accused at, sign stealing, having the signals, getting them illegally. He's not next to Jim Harbaugh if he didn't have this information. Jim Harbaugh is not having him next to him or next to the coordinators if he didn't know, this guy's got info. This guy knows something. Did Jim Harbaugh orchestrate the scheme? I can't say that. I'm not going to accuse him of doing that. What I feel pretty confident in saying, based on the pictures and the videos we have seen, is that Jim Harbaugh, bare minimum, allowed it to happen. Bare minimum knew this guy had information that was useful. Even if you want to pretend, hey, look, don't ask, don't tell policy. Look, you got all these signals. I'm not going to ask where you got them from or how you got them because I don't want to know. Bare minimum, Jim Harbaugh knows this guy got information and probably not in the right way. That's enough to implicate a coach. That's enough right there to at least be guilty by association. And that's why even this statement Connor Stalions put out on Friday night doesn't ring true until, to me, still screams guilt. And so with time of the essence here, right, it's November 4th. We had the college football playoff final rankings come out on December 3rd. Basically a month until Selection Sunday. Action's got to happen here. And I think if you're the Big Ten especially, which we found out this week, the Big Ten coaches had a meeting with Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. We also found out the Big Ten athletic directors had a meeting with Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. All urging, for the most part, action to be had. Action to be taken on Michigan because of this cheating that happened also this year. Wasn't just in the past that stopped. It's happening this season. And so if you're the Big Ten and you say, well, we don't want to act until we know the facts. We don't want to act until we have some concrete proof. Stallions resigning is an admission of guilt. Him not cooperating with investigators and not turning over his computer is an admission of guilt. If he had nothing to hide, he would talk to people. He would turn over his computer. He has stuff to hide because he knows what he did was wrong, and he knows that if he talks, he's going to get the rest of the Michigan coaching staff in trouble. And guess what? Him resigning is not putting the story to bed. Like, this is just still the beginning. If he really thought, you know what, I'm innocent, but because I love Michigan so much, I'm going to fall on the sword. I'm going to resign, and that way this story can go away and the team can focus on winning a national title this year. This story's not going away. Him resigning is not now taking less attention off of Michigan football. If anything, it's putting the magnifying glass even closer now on this program. Having people ask more questions. Having people dig deeper. So you could argue he's brought more attention to this case and to this program by his resignation and lack of cooperation than the other way around. So he's not really helping Michigan or trying to fall on the sword or try to even put the program first by thinking, oh, if I'm resigned, story's done. Nothing else to talk about. Not the case. Not the case. And if you're the Big Ten and you're feeling the pressure from the other 13 teams in your league to do something, and you feel like it's not right to levy a punishment without proof, without evidence, there's your evidence. Connor Stalions resigning, not cooperating with the NCAA. There's the proof you need to say, you know what? Yeah, something happened here. They were cheating. And that's enough proof we need to take action. And what I think should happen, ban them from the college football playoff.